All right, so I've been getting some hate lately, feeling some hate directed at me, and I understand this hate, but I still want to have the conversation. I still want to address the situation, explain my perspective, and perhaps all said and done, you'll understand where I'm coming from here, and that's around TEMU. We've been TEMU affiliates, TEMU influencers showing a lot of TEMU products, and some of the comments I'm getting has to do with F you, right? Don't, get out of here with your Chinese products. And I understand, believe me, I get it, I feel you. I feel you in my heart. In fact, I drive a Dodge, right? I drive a Dodge Ram, good American truck. Or is it? Is it a good American truck? So if you go on motor1.com, it rates Dodge Ram F1500 as 63% content from the United States. So Dodge Ram, not entirely made in America. And if I recall the article correctly, the car that's most made in America, I think, is actually Toyota, which is interesting. So Dodge Ram, if you're looking for made in America, well, that gets you apparently about 63% according to the article. So a different example, I'm a big fan of Tacticon. My friends know that. It's a veteran-owned company, great company. I've bought a ton of their products. This just showed up in the mail today. I can prove that. Putting together a new setup and got some mag pouches from Tacticon, veteran-owned company, great products. I'm not trying to say anything to put them down, but if you look on the very back, I just pulled this out of the package today. Little sticker made in China. Don't hold that against them in the slightest. That's where stuff's manufactured, and that's what I want to get into. But let's do some more comps here. Amazon, right? No one complained when we made videos showing products from Amazon. I think a lot of people buy from Amazon. It's the #1 online retailer, followed by TEMU is #2, but we're not going to get into that. So Amazon, #1 online retail, according to sourcingallies.com. The source of products for close to 70% of sellers on Amazon is China. Third-party sellers depend heavily on Chinese factories to produce products they sell successfully online. Understood. And we'll get into it a little bit, but manufacturing occurs in China. That's why products come from China. Moreover, if you go to ecommercedb.com, according to them, not me, don't sue me, Amazon, more China-based sellers on Amazon, according to Marketplace Pulse data. The majority of new Amazon Marketplace sellers, 75% now originate from China, marking a substantial increase from the 47% reported in January 2020. So we could say, you know what? I'm done. I'm not buying from Amazon. I'm not buying from TEMU. Maybe you're not buying from Dodge or veteran-owned companies. Those are all Chinese products. But I will continue, right? Walmart. You guys all know this on Walmart already. According to RetailWire.com, in America, estimates say that Chinese suppliers make up 70 to 80% of Walmart's merchandise. 70 to 80% of the stuff you're getting at Walmart made in China. I shop at Walmart because it's affordable, right? I would never shame anyone for shopping at Walmart where it's affordable, from buying from Amazon where it's affordable, from buying from veteran-owned companies where it's affordable, even though made in China, a lot of those products, right? So we'll keep going. Boeing, this might not be a great example. Boeing, on their own website, Boeing.com, 35 plus direct suppliers in China, and 10,000 Boeing airlines fly throughout the world with parts and assemblies made in China, right? Why is that? Globalization, right? We'll talk a little bit about that. So overall worldwide production, China produces 28% of the world's manufacturing output. So 20% of all the goods produced in the world come from China. So in the United States, 17.9% of total imports of 2.8 trillion were imported from China. Now, that's only 17.9%. How do you get to 70%, 80%, 63%? Well, that covers a wide spectrum, things like agriculture, oils, minerals, textiles, iron, and steel, all of that coming in from China. The largest two categories were machinery and miscellaneous goods, right? And if you've ever seen the show Shark Tank, I'm a big fan. I haven't seen all the episodes, right? But I have seen many of the episodes, and I'll characterize what I believe, in my opinion, is a common theme on Shark Tank, which is, they bring a small business in and they've got a product and they're like, hey, this cost me $3 to make, and immediately someone's like, hey, we'll ship it to China, we'll get it made for 10 cents. Boom, profitability, you have a company. And maybe that's what it takes, right? Maybe that is the only secret to profitability, and apologizing if I'm mischaracterizing, but that's what my impression is from watching the show. That's called globalization. That goes back to the 15th, 18th centuries, age of discovery. European explorers connected east and west, and they brought back spices and they brought back peppers. Now we bring back affordable tactical gear, but this has been going on since the 15th century, right? You had the first wave of globalization, 19th century, 1914. Great Britain had started to dominate the world geographically through the establishment of the British Empire, and technologically with innovations like the steam engine, the world industrial weaving machine, made it the first area of industrial revolution. After the World Wars, or during the World Wars, everything got very nationalized, right? It wasn't a very global world because there were world wars going on and shipping was difficult. Second and third wave of globalization followed after that. Really, 1989, Iron Curtain fell, globalization became a truly global phenomenon, and now we're in globalization 4.0. Right, so we're at a time when things are flying all over the globe. You can sell stuff from anywhere. It's the world we live in, right? And I love the idea of buy American, made in America. Believe me, I do. But it's unfair to expect individuals to take the economic burden of trying to somehow reverse centuries, if not decades, but really centuries of globalization, and corporations as a whole moving their products to be manufactured in places that cost less so they can maximize profit and return on the stock market, right? So as an individual, should I seek out and only buy products made in America? Would that help? Well, if everyone did it, sure. Right, obviously that would help, because we're saying, hey, we're going to boycott affordable goods and only buy stuff made in America. Not so good news for the American companies that have built a business around essentially having things made in China, right? They're going to have to ship manufacturing, shift costs. It's not that easy, right? I'm just going to throw that out there and say it's not that easy. So I have no shame in ordering things that say made in China, especially in this case, it's supporting a reputable, what I believe is high quality veteran-owned company. I don't hold it against them. I'm not saying all their products are, but very clearly you can see the sticker on the back of the package I just bought and got in the mail, right? www.tacticon.com, good stuff. So in that sense, I can just say get over it, right? Stuff is cheaper on TEMU, and yeah, it's made in China. So is this. So are a lot of things. So are most things, many things. Depends on where you go, where you shop. Once again, I'm a big fan of made in America, and certainly would not put that product down. Do it. Buy where you can, buy what you can. But in this economy, people have to do what they can to get by, to survive. Once again, you can't put it on the individual U.S. consumers now to somehow reverse a trend of globalization that's been going on for a long time. The manufacturing base does not even exist anymore in this country to produce those products because it is just cheaper and more efficient. Now, some of that is coming back, and not all of it's China, right? There's stuff produced all over the world for that reason, right? Profitability. I can't afford to pay $100 for this, but I can get it for $15 if it's made in China, and maybe $2 if I get it on TEMU, because you're cutting out the middleman. And my intent is not to make a commercial for TEMU, simply to say reevaluate, right? Understand the world we live in and how it's interconnected, and certainly made in China is part of that, right? I would say get what you can, while we're still allies, well, while the supply chain is still as robust as it is, because if there ever comes a day that it's not, products are going to be very difficult to get. Everything's going to be very expensive. It's just not realistic, right? And once again, I'm not even putting anybody down. I understand the comments. I understand the hate and the anger and the frustration, because I often have it myself. But once again, in this case, I think you just have to be realistic, right? Stuff's made in China. Sorry, guys. So you can either buy it from an American company that's having it manufactured in China, or they're buying Chinese stuff and repackaging them, or you can just buy it from a Chinese company. That's just the world we live in. You follow your heart. You do what feels best for you. Follow your checkbook as well. So as always, I hope that helps out. Thanks for watching, and we appreciate you.